everyone, welcome to Dancing with Bella. So a long time ago I actually filmed this video, but I ended up deleting it just because I didn't like it, so I never got to upload it. Today I'm going to try my best to explain all you guys need to know about stage rotation. For those who have been watching my videos for a while, you guys probably already know what I'm fixing to say. Not every strip club is the same. All strip clubs are different in their own way. Management will run strip clubs differently in every state or every city, country, whatever. For most of the clubs I've worked at though, the DJ will run the stage list pretty similar to the rest of the clubs I've been to. Now, with that said, basically the first thing you have to do when you get to the club is go get dressed in the locker room. That's gonna be your first step. You know, do your makeup, your hair, get dressed, whatever you have to do to get ready. That's your first step when you walk in the door. After you're all ready to go and all glammed up and everything, the next step is you have to go greet the DJ. And this is where it gets tricky because, like I said, the stage list is all about the DJ's discretion. He chooses how he wants to handle the list. From my experience, most of the DJs will put you on the list based on the order you come into work, or whoever's ready to go on the floor first. Now, as the day goes on and more girls come into work, he'll basically put those girls in between the girls that are already on the list. So once you're on the list, ready to go on stage and all that, all you have to do is wait for the DJ to call your name. And that could be anywhere from 1 minute to an hour. It just depends how many girls are there. By the time you're called on stage, management should have already explained how many song sets you're required to do. Most of the clubs I've worked at, they've required you to do 2 song sets or 3 song sets. When they tell us to do 3, oh my god guys, I get so disappointed because I hate when they tell us to do 3 song sets. It's literally like an intense workout and I just want to cry and die a little inside. I've actually never been to a club where they only require 1 song set, and yeah, I wish it was 1 or 2, but 3 is just too much for me. So yeah, before you go on stage, make sure you know how many song sets you're supposed to do. And once you're done with the main stage, if your club has more than 1 stage, sometimes management will tell you to rotate stages, so that means that you have to go to the next stage. And some clubs have 3, 4, 5 stages, so you basically have to go to each stage after the main stage. But that only usually happens when it's really busy on the weekends or on a holiday or something, or if you're working night shift or something. Usually during the day shift we stick to 1 stage, but sometimes it does get crowded, so they will make us rotate and stuff. But like I said, it just depends on the club. Some clubs don't give a fuck and will make you rotate regardless if there's anybody in the club. So yeah, make sure you ask your management what the stage rotation is like, because like I said, it's different. But yeah, most of the time it's easy to predict when you're gonna go on stage because usually you know who was before you or after you. You kind of get used to the rotation throughout the day, and even if the DJ puts girls in between, once they call the girl that was before you, you will most likely know it's almost going to be that time for you to go on stage. So be prepared and stuff. You could go on stage every 10 minutes, every hour, maybe every 4 hours, who knows. I worked at clubs where sometimes there were so many girls, 50 to 100 girls a night. I only went on stage about 3 times that shift. But there's been other times where I've been the only girl and I've had to go on stage every 10 minutes, and that was really exhausting, but I had to do it. It's hard to make money and go on stage constantly, so you're not actually able to be persistent on dances and stuff. So yeah, it can get kind of tricky sometimes. I know a lot of you guys have asked me many times if you're required to go on stage, and yes, you are required to go on stage. Well, at least from my experience, you do have to. Some clubs will actually charge you a fee if you want to skip stage. I think I remember asking the manager in Austin one time what the fee was to skip stage, and he said $40. I'm like, oh hell no. I'm getting my ass on stage and then I'll come back to you. Some clubs will charge you extremely expensive fees just so you won't skip stage, but some clubs have really good tippers on stage, and at other clubs there's customers who don't even tip on stage. So if you work at a club where you don't make any money on stage, it's gonna be a disadvantage because you could be making money on lap dances. Whereas if you work in a club where you make really good money on stage, you're not gonna want to skip stage, so it's gonna be an advantage. I've also heard rumors that in some clubs the girls will actually pay the DJs to go on stage and stuff, just because they see girls making a lot of money on stage, so they just want to get a little piece of it and go on stage as well. So I don't know, it just really varies within clubs and all that. So regardless, I just say just go on stage, don't pay any extra fees to skip stage. But if you know for a fact that you're gonna make really good money on stage, then pay them to go on stage. Hey, I would definitely switch $40 for $100 or something. If you like to go on stage and let's say a girl doesn't want to go on stage, sometimes the DJ will actually let you switch. There's been times where I've been really busy giving lap dances and stuff, and I know I'm gonna be on stage next. So what I'll do is basically find a girl that wants to go on stage and isn't busy, and we just basically switch turns. And that helps a lot sometimes. So ask your DJ one day, like if you're busy and you can't go on stage, you know, like ask them if you could switch with somebody and find somebody to switch spots with you. And who knows, maybe that person will need you to switch with them another time or something, you know. So that's a good way to get out of the fees if you don't want to pay $40, $60 or $100 to skip stage. Yeah, just find another girl, and if they're nice enough, you know, they'll take your spot and they'll go on stage for you. And also sometimes the DJs will be understanding if you have a customer in VIP or something. They'll basically skip you and put you back on the list once you get out of VIP and stuff. So I think that's pretty cool, but like I said, not all DJs do that, so you just have to kind of figure them out and all that. Because yeah, there's definitely been times where I've been in VIP and the DJ ends up calling my name, so I have to hurry up, get dressed, and get my ass on stage before I had to pay $40 or something. But yeah, talk to your management and make sure that there's no extra fees to skip stage, and make sure that your ears are always perked up listening for your name to go on stage. Like I said, some clubs are really strict about you going on stage, so you don't want to get hit hard with a fee for skipping stage or being late on stage and stuff. At the beginning, like I said, it's gonna be hard because you're using a nickname, you're using an alias name, so you're not going to be used to your name, but you have to remember your stage name and make sure that you're always listening. I remember some of you guys mentioning that some of y'all didn't have any DJs at your club, that you guys just had jukeboxes. All the clubs I worked at had a DJ, so yeah, I don't know what it's like to work with just a jukebox, but I think that would be really interesting. If I ever come across it, I'm definitely gonna do a video on it. But yeah, I just wanted to throw it out there that sometimes maybe clubs don't even have DJs and stuff, so keep that in mind. I know a lot of you guys have asked me if you get to choose your own songs, and most of the DJs will let you choose your songs. They'll basically just tell you to write down a list of songs you would like to dance to and all that. But other times clubs want a variation of music playing in the clubs, so sometimes you don't even get a song that you want to dance to. The DJ will basically go in there on his own, search a song, and just play you some rock or country or whatever. I like it when we choose our own music, just because, you know, you feel those vibes and you start feeling yourself and, you know, you go all out and stuff. But it just depends on the DJ that's there and how they like to run their stuff. Everything's run differently everywhere. You just gotta ask questions before you start dancing, like I said. I'm trying to remember everything you guys have asked me, because I know you guys have asked me a lot of questions about the stage. And oh yeah, I remember now. Some of y'all have asked me if you have to use the pole, and you don't have to use the pole. Some clubs don't even have poles. If all you know is floor work, then do floor work. You know, do whatever works best for you. The whole thing about being on stage is entertaining the customers, right? So just feel yourself, you know, feel that confidence, like be sexy, move sexy. Hopefully one day I do a video on how you're supposed to move when you're on stage and all that. Meanwhile, just use the whole stage, you know, like just be the center of attention. Flirt with the customers when you're on stage and all that. I've never personally worked in a club where there was no pole, but yeah, I think I would freak out if I ever worked in a club like that, because I need to have my pole there. It's like a security blanket. I always hold on when I'm nervous, or if I'm fixing to fall or something, the pole's always there to hold me. Alright guys, so that's all I have to say about stage rotation and stage period. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any comments, questions, make sure to comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.